What are the best strategies for monetization for 5.5G or advanced 5G for the telecom industry? I'm here with Stephen Douglas. You're the head of market strategy at Spirent, and we're here at MWC. It's again a great event, a great year. But Stephen, let's dive into the more details about monetization. Initially, for what kind of products, what kind of services did you hear and do you see, based upon your research, that organizations, telecom service providers use to monetize, and what works and what doesn't?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, Ronald. I mean, we released our 6th annual report on the state of 5G. We're a big test company, so we get a lot of insights and visibility around it. And there was really a number of key solution areas which are now coming to the fore as a lot of the operators move to the next generation of 5G, which is, some people call it 5G standalone into 5G-Advanced. And there's really 4 sort of big key bucket areas where we're starting to see growth, which could unlock over 125 billion of revenue by 2030. The first of those is around fixed wireless access technologies. Now, this has been successful to date in the consumer markets. A lot of homes in many markets, like in the US, are now connected with a 5G connection to their home rather than fiber. But that's expanding now, and a lot of operators are now going after enterprises and into large apartment blocks or multi-dwelling units, and using that 5G technology to create a more cost-efficient solution for those customers. The second one, it's around mission-critical communications. You're starting to see globally a lot of the first responder networks or the emergency networks are going through an upgrade cycle, and 5G is being used or selected as the technology now of choice because it can combine voice, data, video, proximity, location, all the key attributes that those first responders and emergency services need. And what's also quite interesting about it is our railway networks are doing exactly the same thing. A lot of legacy technology called GSMR is what the communication systems in railways uses. Now that's obsolete. It's coming into life by 2030, and 5G has been selected to do that. And a lot of operators are now going after that piece of business. The third one is around our space and air economies. There's a huge amount of new satellites going up there in these large mega constellations, but also there's a lot of drone networks starting to be developed at the moment. And 5G's got a huge role to play here. From the satellite side, it's about giving you direct-to-device connectivity anywhere around the world, where you can get initially voice and text messages directly to your handset from a satellite. But the drone networks are really exciting because there's huge opportunity for new types of logistics and supplies coming from drones. The challenge with drones is flying them beyond line of visual sight. 5G networks is the ultimate command and control mechanism. Our radio towers are all over every country, giving you visibility so you can fly those drones anywhere. And the last area is AI. AI is creeping into the 5G ecosystem because a lot of companies need connectivity to be able to get to the large language models, the data centers, where those AI, both the training and the inferencing is available, and the 5G network is becoming an ultimate way to actually allow that there low latency, exceptionally fast access. Combined, this could unlock a lot of revenue.
Yeah, and you use the term 5G all the time. What kind of actions do the telecom service providers need to take? And especially, is it more focused on 5.5G, advanced 5G, or more on 5G with regard to the fixed wireless access or the first responders or satellites? Or
yeah, it's a great, because 5G is an iterative process. The very first wave of 5G that we see around us today, pretty much most of us have got on our handsets now, is really just a bit of faster speeds. So it's really about moving to the next stage of 5G, which is bringing in something called 5G standalone, which is a new core network, which allows all the control of the new services, and a feature set called 5G-Advanced, which actually brings a lot of the capabilities to unlock all of those opportunities with the enterprises. Now, there's a few ways around that, operators are starting to think about how to get there faster. Number one is they need cloud skill sets. Moving to the new 5G core architecture, it's a cloud native environment. This is the first time telco's really adopting cloud technology in the heart of its networks. So being able to sort of bring in the cloud, learn how their applications can be resilient on it, how they can scale on it, how they can be secure on it, is stage one. The second stage is automation. This is also the ultimate opportunity to bring automation technologies in, because it is, in essence, an IT environment, and it means that they can wrap automation around this new architecture with 5G-Advanced, and they can actually then provide services, solutions, far more agile and in timeframes they've never even dreamt of before. And those are the 2 big sort of steps: embracing cloud and embracing automation.
Yeah, and you were talking already as a 4th point, AI. So what should telecom service providers do to monetize AI? Because in the end, it's a big investment.
It's a good one because the first sort of focus area the telcos have had on AI has been using it more for themselves to drive efficiencies. Now they're starting to look at, hey, my network's a very valuable piece of the puzzle in delivering AI. Because what you're starting to see in most countries today, especially smaller and medium-sized enterprises, they're looking to have access to these AI models, but they're not maybe familiar what the technology is or which model to use. Yeah. They need connectivity to actually access it to get the best value in terms of the lower latency for some of the inferencing requirements. And the telcos have the ultimate network in place to deliver that. So many of the telcos are now looking at how can I turn my network into a service to deliver AI. In many cases, they may even host the GPUs themselves and offer that as a service, or they'll simply offer optimized connectivity, both through their wireless networks like 5G, but also through their big wireline and fiber infrastructures. Yeah. So you're seeing huge investments now in how they can optimize that to meet the strict and stringent requirements of AI traffic flows. And we're already seeing today a number of leading operators are starting to unlock quite, I would say, high value of revenue from delivering this as a service and taking away that complexity from small, medium-sized businesses and even consumers who want to access what is a huge range of AI solutions out there in the market.
Yeah, so we discussed up front already, and you say there's a very positive vibe within the telecom sector again of monetization. So Stephen, thanks a lot. Great insights, and for the telecom service providers, I think some great tips to monetize the new type of developments from advanced 5G and, of course, AI.
Thank you, Ron.
Thanks.
Thanks.